decided to do the rest of this Coquina Jasper in stage 2 in the vibratory tumbler. I had some space in the tumbler and I didn't need it for much else, and this stuff really just turned to clay. Like as soon as it started up. It's not a very hard stone for being called Jasper. It's definitely not the world's hardest stone. And it's been just a red clay mess ever since it went into the tumbler. So I'm interested to see if future grits that, you know, are as quick to turn it into brown mud. So I'm definitely going to put this in for a burnish cycle. This stuff is wicked clingy, that mud. I got a red, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red residue inside the barrel. I've never had a residue inside the barrel after I've been done burnishing something, so, or after I've been done rolling it, so definitely gonna burnish that to make sure there's no grit in there. It's goopy. I haven't turned the other tumblers off, so if you're hearing some noise in the background, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just like this perfect clay. It's not even slurry. Really weird. Definitely lost some weight off of these things too in this stage. I've only had it in the vibratory tumbler for 2 days, so I'm glad I put it in the vibratory. I don't know how much weight I would have lost off it otherwise. Alright, I think I got the worst of it off. Yeah, I definitely got to burnish this stuff. There is no way that came off. But, offhand, it's looking pretty good. It's coming out smooth. I mean, it went in rough stage 1. This is only 2 days of stage 2, and it's looking pretty good. Some of it's less pretty than the others. Let's see. Check a few more out. They look pretty good. Yeah, and some are not so cool, and then you got these guys like this. Man, those are really cool. I started with 5 pounds in stage 1, and this is a 4-pound barrel for my vibratory tumbler, and they all fit in there. It was pretty full. I mean, it's the most full I've ever had this barrel when I ran on load before, so it was right to the brim. So if it's not right to the brim again, then I'll know I lost quite a bit of weight off these stones, even in stage 2. I was putting water in this. Usually I put 4 squirts every 12 hours or so, and I was putting like 20 squirts every 12 hours, so this stuff is definitely made a tough slurry. Well, no, I guess I didn't lose too much weight off of it. And they're pretty full to the top yet. Okay, get it burnished up, and I'll see you in a week. Alright, so I know I said I'd see you in a week, but this has been 2 days. I'm too used to putting them in the rotary tumbler instead of the vibratory here. And as you can tell, it's brown again, which means more material has been taken off the stones. But we'll see just how much here in a minute. Yeah, barrel's still that ruddy brown that it was last time. These things are kind of weird. They're more like a fossil. I mean, they call them Jaspers, but they're more like a fossil. Kind of an odd stone as far as hardness goes. Let's take a look at the stones. Ooh. Got some duds, but it looks like some winners too. Alright. Let's take a look. Hey, they're looking pretty cool. Nice and smooth after step 3. Not feeling much roughness on the stone. Try to get a close-up. It's hard to get a close-up with this camera, but good for everything else. I can get water on it. My little GoPro, so I don't have to worry about splashing water on it out here. I think they're coming along alright. Oh man, these things are cool. I'm really glad I got my hands on these things. Look at that. Slurry on my hand already, just handling the thing. Definitely going to need a burnish step, but on the plus side, any slurry that is on the stones, if there are any cracks in the stone, it's going to turn that same gray. It's going to be packed in there, that same brown. So that's kind of nice, unlike the normal white that you'd see in other stones. But yeah, time to get them burnished up, and see you in 2 days. So here we are at the end of stage 4. They continue to be as nasty and clay-ridden as always. These things are kind of different to tumble. Kind of fun. Looking for something different. Oh, this is going to take a while. I probably should have put I know a lot of people will fill the barrel with, put a lot of water into the barrel and then add some borax on top of it to help clean it out. But that would this would probably be one of those stones where I would actually do that. I don't usually do that step because, all it does is help easier to rinse. But yeah, I probably should have done that with this stone. But I'm going to burnish them anyway, so I'm not super concerned. It's just going to take a lot of water to get them cleaned off, I also have a stage 5 grit, I'm sorry, excuse me, I have a stage 5 grit coming. A tin oxide that I figured I would use on some stones that I really want to get a good polish on, like maybe these. I don't know, they might have a decent polish already, but got to clean them off to see first. I'll find one that looks alright and dry it off. At least the nice thing with these is when they have a crack in them, the grit is already the color of the stone. I think I've already said that though. I don't know if that's a crack or that's the actual stone. That's a crack. Yep, that was a crack. Alright. Oop, jeepers. That's about the time you think you got it clean. That was a good one. Did I lose it already? Here we go. There's a good one. That's really cool. Got a little bit of a crack in there. I don't want to dry that. I want to find a good one that I can dry off here. One that doesn't have many splits in it. There we go. There's a good one. Got a decent polish on it. Same as any other stone I've done so far. I think I might... I don't know. Well, let's get them burnished up and dried off. And let's see what we do. Well, actually, that would be kind of a backward step, wouldn't it? Can't let them dry out if I want to polish them again. I don't know when that tin oxide's coming in. And I'd like these for the chalet on Saturday, but I think I might have to set these aside and wait till that tin oxide, tin oxide comes in. Choices. Alright, well, at least get them burnished up and I'll make a decision from there. Well, here we are at the end of stage 5 with the Coquina Jaspers. They're really cool stones. I mean, I'm really liking them and they're coming out okay, but they don't have... I mean, it's my first time working with that polish, and These are soft stones to begin with, so they're a little tricky. I mean, they feel about more like a fossil, really, for tumbling hardness. And you can see a little bit of a shine on there, but I was really hoping they would come out glassy, you know, have a nice glossy finish. So I think I'm gonna set these aside for a minute. I'm gonna leave them in water, and I'm gonna consult with some friends, particularly Kelly from Alamosa Rock City, and yeah, I'm gonna see what he says about tumbling soft stones. He's very knowledgeable. He's been at it much longer than I have, and he's been giving me tips and advice all along. So I think I will consult him again and give this a try, because I want him to come out this shiny. I really do. I think that would be a lot of fun, and it's worth it now. Now that my chalet season is winding down, and I'm not worried about getting stones in as quick as possible, or getting stones. I'll focus a little more on quality rather than quantity, and yeah, try to get these stones perfect. So I will see you when I figured out what I'm going to do with them next. Okay, so from the last time I filmed to now, I have consulted with several people. Kelly at Alamosa Rock City on Etsy, like I said I was going to. And also with Clark, who owns Pages, the local rock shop, who also has experience tumbling softer stones. And it sounds like that the last batch I ran was about as good as they're going to get. But I wasn't willing to give up because I have that Mini Sonic. And part of the reason I got the Mini Sonic is it has an ability to slow it down and get a soft or a slower tumble on it. And I thought maybe that would be better for the softer stones. So I reran these. After I got done, they had a matte finish on them. That wasn't really all that spectacular. And I thought I would run it through again at stage 4 and 5 at a slower speed, because I think I ran them at a top speed before. And they came out a little better. Not shiny by any means, but a little better. But this is as good as it's going to get with a tumble polish on these. And I wanted to run them again. When I got done with them last time, I did take them into my chalet when it was still open. And they sold okay, but I think my mom summed it up best when I took them in. And first thing she said when she looked at them was, "They're not shiny." And yeah, yep, oops, camera bump, sorry. And she's not wrong. They didn't come out shiny. They're just going to have that matte finish in a tumble polish. And it doesn't look like there's any way to correct that. I wish there wasn't. I wish I could get a shiny finish on them. But when I put them into stage 4 and 5, I was still losing material off of these stones, which shouldn't really happen. I was still getting a deep, heavy brown color in the water, or in the slurry, so which means it's still taking material off. So I imagine if I were to go to an even higher grit than the tin oxide, I might be able to get a good shine on them, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna have to accept they are what they are. Obviously you can hand polish these and get a great finish on them, get a great shine, but as far as tumbling goes, this is gonna be as good as it gets. And I do love these coquinas. As you're seeing, sometimes you get just these clay balls out of here. You know, that are just like, whatever. And they just look like clay. But, yeah, then you get the other ones that come out just spectacular. You get these nice little lines in them and patterns and shapes, and really cool. Coquina is actually Spanish word for, at least I looked it up. I'm not familiar with the Spanish language, but when I looked it up, it said coquina is Spanish for seashell, or shell at any rate. And that's what these basically are. It sounds like they're basically fossils that have been hardened into, like here in Michigan, we're used to fossils being in calcite and limestone, and these are hardened into a different mineral. Not sure what. I didn't read that fully on them, but yeah, those little patterns are actually seashells, so, which is kind of cool. Layered and embedded in probably a seafloor. And there you go. So they come out with really cool colors and patterns on them, and they're really fun. I love them. I mean, they are just fun stones, and even as they are, even being matte, this matte color, or matte finish, I guess I should say, they would still look cool in jewelry, or just loose as it is. I mean, I'm actually honestly enjoying just the loose matte finish on these things. It's really cool in a bowl. Of course, I'd have to get rid of these clay ones that distract from the pretty lines, but yeah, these things are fun. And if you're looking to tumble them yourself, they are crazy easy. If you're starting in a rotary tumbler, I lost a lot of mass in stage 1, so if you're going to tumble them in stage 1, make sure your barrel is full, or you add a lot of water, or, you know, above average amount of water, or just keep an eye on them and get back to them like every day or two. It's not something you want to leave in there for, you know, typically most rocks you can just throw in for 7 days and just walk away, and these ones are going to take a little more TLC, and at least you can get the sharp edges off and get them down to this matte finish. And if you like the dry look, that finish, I mean, by all means, that would be the process to go. And then, of course, if you're looking to hand work these things, I mean, that would be just spectacular if you were looking to hand work some of the nodules. I mean, okay, I'll save that one for last, because that one's pretty. But, yeah, if you're looking to hand work them, you'll get a great shine. When I looked these up online, what kind of inspired me to try to put these back in again is I saw a lot of people having shapes and stuff that were very, very shiny. They had a good quality high shine on them, like you'd expect with most jewelry pieces or show pieces. And so yeah, they do take a good shine, but you're gonna have to hand work them. I do have a video coming out very soon of me tumbling a bunch of various soft stones, so you can, ooh, that one's got some reds in it. So this is going to be part of that for sure when I do that. And I'm getting mixed results with soft stones. So don't just assume that you can't tumble soft stones just because of these coquinas. I know on the Mohs scale they say they're a 6.5 to a 7, but they are definitely way softer than that. But so yeah, I'm getting mixed results on soft stones. So expect a video in a month or a couple weeks, and well, it'll be a couple weeks to a month. It'll depend. I'm trying to decide how many batches of soft stones and different types I'm going to do before I release that video. But until then, enjoy the stones that come out in the process. I think next week I'll be doing some apatite. And yeah, then I have some fossils, and I'm thinking about getting some other stuff. I got some blue, I just picked up some blue opalite, blue opal something. I want to say opalite. It's not actual opal, but anyway, that'll be coming out soon. I got standard Lake Michigan fossils, Great Lakes fossils. So yeah, so plenty more to come out as we go. And yeah, I hope you like these coquinas. They're fun. They're a good little tumble, and they get some, you know, they're pretty. I like them. They're smooth to the touch. Definitely smooth to the touch, and I love that, but they just don't have that shine. Definitely not like those Montana moss agates that came out just just like glass. But they're pretty, and I love them, and I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.